Okay, this is our new project we're working on. We're just starting, so we're going to video and photo every step. This is going to be our 4-foot wide snowball, like the little 2-foot one, only bigger. We're marking our elevator at 8 inches. We're pretty much doubling all the sizes of the small 2-foot snowball, so makes sense that we double it. So 8 inches for the elevator. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a couple marks. We're going to make the first one in the middle at 24 inches. So that's in the middle of our 4-foot board. It's just giving us our center line. Then we're going to measure the outside tips, which are going to be 1 foot. He's getting the exact center of the board. And now we're marking our tips at 1 foot. We'll do that on both sides. So we'll be back after we get all that marked up. Okay, we're fixing to draw the circle. What we did was we took a stick, we measured 24 inches, drilled a hole in both ends, and as you can see, he's got the hobby knife in one end, the pen in the other, and now we're just drawing our circle. I'm making him do it all himself so I can work the camera. This is his idea. No help, he said. I can do it. There's our nice circle, and you can see all our wonderful lines for the center, the tips, and the elevator. So right now we're doing is cutting that line out around the circle. And you see he's taking that pretty deep, but he's not getting all the way through. We'll end up cutting that twice. The foam's so dense, if you try to cut straight through it, it tends to tear. And you can see that you may have to just have Jake come over and cut this circle, because I can't freehand like that. Here's Jake with our nice round circle. We're doing the test. This actually doesn't tell us anything other than it's round. Okay. Next, we'll get serious on it. Now that you got it to this point, you got all these wonderful lines for things you need to do first, which is cut your elevator. Because once you cut the angles in the tips, it gets a little hard to cut this. So we're contemplating using the scraps there as the vertical stabilizer and making a rudder out of. I think we'll end up doing that. Saving foam, plus it kind of looks cool with the nice round shape. Gives you the UFO feel and all. We're going to build 2 of these. One is going to be nitro. We're using a 40 size engine, and the other will be electric. That was the technique. That was the tap technique. And then now he'll cut it at roughly a 45-degree angle, sort of.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
This is Jake's attempt at Crocodile Dundee, I think. So it's not a knife, this is a knife, right? Okay, now you can see he's got a nice angle, so that when we hinge it up in there, we'll have lots and lots of throw. We're going for about 70 degrees, and probably we'll never use more than 20, but We like to think we will. He's cutting a little extra gap on each side so that, of course, it doesn't rub on the outside of the tips. Perfect, he says. So now for the tips. So what we're going to do for this, we're trying to get up to about 20 degrees on our up tip. So we're going to take this line here, measure back toward the tip, 3/8 of an inch, and draw another line. Lots of lines. So we're going to start with our angle cut. No fingers were cut off during the making of this video.
Great.
But we're not done
He
yet.
changed it.
And now we'll cut straight down. Okay, now we'll flip her over and we'll do the other tip. Now what we're going to do is on the bottom side, we're going to recess 3 dowel rods, one in the middle and one on each end. We're going 7 inches from the back for our first support. And then our front we went 4 inches from the short point from here, 4 inches back. And then we're going in the middle between those two, which I think he guessed at, but he may have done the math. But at any rate, in the middle is just to strengthen the board so it doesn't flex, hopefully. We've cut a V now and we're getting it nice and flush so that we can glue that in place, and we'll just hot glue that in and it'll stay there forever, hopefully. And we're going to put one more spar. This is on the top side, right down the middle towards the front to strengthen it this direction. Now we're hinging our tips on. We've already done one side. You can see it. And we'll fix that up once we get this one on. We'll flip her over, put the angle on it we need, and glue it into place. We got the glue in there, and we're holding it at 22.9 degrees currently. When we let off of it, I'm sure it'll settle a little. So we're hinging the elevator. I'm putting half of the tape on the top side, and then we'll slide it back into place and put the tape down. What are you doing now, Jake?
Hinging the elevator.
Hinging the elevator, he says, for all those wonderful people that couldn't hear him mumble. And why are you doing this way instead of going all the way across, Jake?
Because the tape's only 2 inches away.
Okay. We've already hinged it on the other side, so this is just kind of on both sides. Okay.